Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another episode of FoolTopia here in Cities Skylines. Guys, last episode we built the third crossing over the sea/river, whatever you want to call it at this point, to our other island, which is really handy because now we have these 3 entry points. It really kind of spreads the traffic out a lot more even, so they're not all relying on one crossing, which is perfection. Now today guys, I want to focus on getting something done in FoolTopia, and that is our very own dedicated garbage and recycling plant. I want a perfect, beautiful area where we can get all those needs met, and it would be pretty cool. So I've got a perfect location for it. We've kind of glanced upon it, we've seen it. I've actually created a connection very close to it as well, so we can get that added in. So guys, if you enjoy FoolTopia, want to see more of it in the future, then make sure you smash that like button down below. Now currently, right, we have this little garbage processing plant section just here. Now it's pretty cool. It's only been placed here to kind of function or keep the city functioning, but I want to give it its own dedicated area. Now what I need it to basically have is really good access to the good roads or the fast routes around the place. Now this at the moment it's only kind of got really good access across this underground tunnel to over here. To get to this highway over here, it's kind of got to go up, round, down, and it's a little bit long-winded. Not saying the position that I'm about to pull it in right now is any better, but I'm thinking about putting it in this little section here. We're going to terraform it a little bit, flatten it down a bit. It'll have really good access again to this road that goes all the way around through the tunnel to get to the other side pretty quickly. And it also has really good access on the highway to go around here, down, wherever it may go, to the other bridges or tunnels crossing. But it also have really good access to go around this side of the FoolTopia island to whatever place over here. And eventually, when we have another crossing, wherever that crossing may be, to whatever place over there. So I'm thinking of the future when it comes down to this garbage plant. So I think first things first, I'm actually going to delete up to here, because I don't know how or what I'm going to, or where basically the flattening is going to be happening. But let's terraform all of this anyway. I've got to pick a nice little kind of level because it's all slightly over the place. So if I kind of pick, let's say this spot there. And if I kind of just flatten or kind of create like a big crevice point in this. This is probably the most I've terraformed on FoolTopia at this point. Which is crazy. We'll make it look natural as well. But I want to try and get as much flat land as possible. Oh! The academic report. We're still renowned. We've got to get to prestigious. We'll get as much flat land as possible because that's ultimately what is going to give us the most buildable space. There we go. I'm trying to think what I was trying to say there. I might get a few industrial buildings thrown in over here too, but we'll kind of see how it all plays out. Now I could use some key walls to get some certain areas all set up, like how we have this big little mountain cliff there, and we get some around the side there, but I don't know whether to leave it all natural or what not. But if we kind of bring this round up to here, sweet, and then we'll soften some of the edges up as much as you can, possibly soften them up. To make it look semi-natural. There we go, and bring all this out. So we'll kind of wave certain areas more than others, and if I kind of go from the top here, it brings it in a bit more. So like certain areas like this bit here, I'll kind of smoothen and bring it out a bit more to make it look a little bit more natural. Bring that out slightly there. There we go. We have now more workable area in this section, which is actually been quite cool. I'm excited to get all of this set up. Right, okay, so let's get the main road that enters and exits this place, which is going to be this 4-lane industrial. So first things first then, let's bring it down to the level of the floor. And we'll bring it up by, if I go to there, what I could do is have it then go up and then bend that way diagonally. And the same there, so I'm creating like a moon, half moon. Or do I keep it all in like a grid fashion? Now if I kind of go up to there by 20, come down by 20, and then we pretty much work off it with the smaller industrial roads. So if I went on the diagonal like that, it doesn't look that great, does it? That area looks quite shocking at that point. So let's figure out a better method, a better setup then. So it comes up to there, and I think we'll kill it off at that point. So if I kill it off there, create this little back and forth here, which is not too bad, and then to kind of soldier on through there like that. Okay, that's actually not too shabby, and we can do our own little roads that kind of spin off it. So let's cut back here, and what will be cool is if I can create possibly a diagonal on that side that kind of continues up to there. See, that looks more natural, doesn't it? That looks a lot better. So that diagonal continues to go down here. So you have that solid flat against the cliff edge. And we want to kind of do something very similar on this side. So we kind of go to there, bring it up by 1, come down by 1. So you get those flat surfaces in those areas. That actually looks like quite a cool little symbol, doesn't it? I don't know why, but I like that. I like that. So then, well, before we go any further anyway, I need to make sure we got enough water set up in this area. So we just kind of follow the main road lines to begin with. There we go, that should now all be connected. And then bring that straight down. Glorious. Right, so let's take a look now then at the recycling areas. So we're going to go for our usual suspect, our big boy plant. And I think I'll place this. So one just there. We'll do one there. I want a couple of these anyway, because these are the big boys that make all the garbage. And this up here. I'm actually trying to avoid the big cliff edges. So there's a couple in there now. I'll get one. Can I squeeze in one there? Is that too close to the edge? No, we'll throw one there, one there. That's actually quite cool, because as you're driving through, you're walking past you're going past all the factory areas, which is pretty sweet. So we got a few of our incineration plants there. Which we have to do some terraforming to sort this slightly out now, aren't we? So bring that brush size right down. Only take a little bit away from the edges. There we go. And then I want to get so I don't want to continually use all that. I want to get some recycling plants down as well. Now this is the large one. Oh, I could almost... You know what? If I had the anarchy on, I could squeeze 2 large ones in that area. That'd be pretty dope. And if I put them on this side, one there, one there. And then, how much does it clip over? It clips over a little bit, so I'm going to use the move it tool to kind of slightly bring that in. So it doesn't clip the roads too much. That's pretty cool. It does need power, but once these get garbage, they'll start producing their own power. And then, should I get some smaller recycling buildings down? I think so. We'll drop those in the little gaps that we have here and there. There we go. And then we'll do slightly larger versions of them. There we go there. And then do I kind of place in a little bit of industrial? Now, we have no demand for industrial, and that's because these are technically industrial jobs. So I bet our unemployment is ridiculously low. 7%. Wow! I haven't seen 7% in a long time in FoolTopia, so that's pretty good. Look how many jobs you have available. We almost have more jobs available than population. That's ridiculous. That really is. So until we do get some in, why don't we kind of paint a couple of little gaps here with industrial. So when we do get some going in, there is a little bit of industrial to kind of keep this place over here ticking around and whatnot. But again, there's not too much to throw in, but it's a kind of cool little area. So we'll let that build itself up. Let's sort out some of these ramps and whatnot. Let's bring that one down slightly. We have traffic lights here, so you might see a lot of traffic, you might not. But we'll see how it goes. What's the lane dictation like? Does it all go in the right place? Okay, so let's allow them to go in any direction that they want. Okay, I'm going to have to have that one on because it won't go anywhere I want it to go. Okay, just double checking everything. Right, it's pretty sweet. Right, there you go. That way and that way. These do the same. Okay, right, I'm happy with it. Right, let's leave that as it isn't. So that's our small little garbage plan. Again, over time we will improve on it. I won't get rid of these just yet because as it stands right now, all of these are producing or have their vehicles out and about. So their vehicles out and about. So if I start deleting them, it gets rid of a lot of garbage trucks. Like this one alone has 23 out. That has 22 out. So you're probably looking at about like 150 trucks you're getting rid of the streets. Before these ones over here, the new ones, have time to disperse their own trucks. So you'll get hit with a garbage issue. Okay, so that itself is going to be producing a lot of power. Are they producing power now? Yeah, which I want to get that new power added to the main system. So let's just kind of create a straight link up there so it is all connected. Any moment now, boys. Yeah, there we go. It's all connected now. So that power we're now producing gets hooked up and linked over. That's going to be pretty cool. Right, we'll give it some time then for the trucks to get to where they need to get to. Now, this area here, which I want to turn into a downtown area, I've been thinking. We have trams. I've been thinking, is it Chicago or is it Detroit? Or is it both of them? I'm not actually 100% sure. I can't remember off the top of my head. But it's either one of those cities or it's actually both of those cities, I don't know, that has the trams or the train line above the streets. So they're like they're in line with like the 4th or 5th floor on the big skyscraper buildings. It's one of those cities. It could be both, it could be one of them. I can't actually remember. Oh, my goodness me. Siri just scared me. I want to kind of mimic it in certain areas in the downtown section. So that would be kind of cool to play around with that kind of feature because these, like, it goes all the way from the university, it goes all the way down, come down to here. And I think what I'd do, I'll make it come down and do like a loop in here. I might make it bend and then we create like a rectangle. And then go back up. So the rectangle is like above the current roads, which would be kind of cool. I don't know. If that's the case, I actually don't know how I would approach doing that. Because you can only do the it would kind of have to be done by monorails, wouldn't it? It kind of would. Which means I might have to switch this up to monorails, I don't know. But I mean, I'll play around with the idea. I can pull it up onto these anyway, or I might just keep it as it is and just have it kind of cut through normally. But I thought it'd be kind of cool to have it floating to go through the skyscraper buildings. But again, it might not work with the trams. It might not be able to get the effect that I'm trying to get. But we're kind of playing around with the idea anyway. So we've got quite a high residential and commercial demand. So why don't I add or fill this little section in here for more residential? So let's pick up then. Let's kind of add this all in because we are slowly expanding over to where this downtown area would be. So this is all still the low suburbs. So let's pick, I'm going to pick 2 entry points. I'm going to pick one here, which I'll come down by 40, go across by 50. So we've got 2 entry points into this whole area. That's what we're going to be pretty much working with. So off this then, let's kind of create first my grid effect. Then I want to do some kind of twists and turns here and there through the rest of it. So let's bring this out. So I'm going to kind of bring it up to there. And bring it up to there and there. Might as well bring that up to there. But without going right to the edges, what I think would be cool to kind of create 2 bumped loops, if that makes sense. So if I came out, it's 10 across. So if I do a 5x5 on a bend, and then do the same here. That's pretty cool, isn't it? And then what I could do to connect these guys up is, I mean, how weird would that look? I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world, but it's not the greatest. If I do it there, we'll see. I mean, I'll come back to that in just a moment. So let's bring this up by 20. And if I go by 20 down there, again, did the same thing again. So this one's a different now. This goes across by 20. So if you go up by 10 and across by 10, up by 10 and across by 10, you create a wider version of it. Which I could go up there and create a little cul-de-sac, which would be kind of sweet as well. Can I bring that a little bit further over? Yes, that's gonna be pretty dope. That really is. So I'll bring this up by 10, and if I go by a 5, go straight down to here, I create the beautiful bend here. Well, that bend's a little bit off, isn't it? So what is this down? That is 8 by 8. So if you get them the same length either side, you create these cool little turn-ins, which is pretty dope. We have quite a big space there. So I could come off there as another little cul-de-sac. If I brought this one all the way through now, let's kind of end it there. Yeah, right, this is quite a cool little suburb area now, isn't it? Right, why don't we then bring this one up by 20, and I'll connect it up to this one by 20. So we've got to buy another 10, and it's across by 30. Right, that's quite wide now, isn't it? So we'll connect it like that, which makes it now semi-easier to create that little connection. So that goes up and round there. And then we'll do the same to this. Right, let's do the same here then. So by 10. Oh no, actually I need to bring it up by 5 more, don't I? 5 there, 5 there. So you do 5 and a 5. To create that on the inside. Do you know what? That's actually pretty cool. So we'll create little cul-de-sacs again coming off. And we'll go just up to here. There we go. I think that's probably the only one I would want to add in that point. I like the road pattern, believe it or not. Right, let's get water in this area then. So bring that further down. I don't know why it's in this pattern, but hey ho. Down to there. Right, I'll go straight across there. And then we'll do our own patterns at this point. There we go, pretty easy. I just realised we've got a road coming down to here, so why don't I kind of get this to turn into that, and then we'll add something to this now. So if I create the inlet just here, and go up by 5. Right, how would it look here? So 5 over there, like that. No, I'm not a fan of that. Let me scrap this idea. So we'll bring it from here. There we go. And then I'll come up to there. trying to play around with designs. I'm not a fan of what of this one now. So I could just kind of leave that area completely open. And do what I've done there and just create paths that kind of intertwine and connect up. I mean, we do have a road there like that kind of crosses over. Creates a weird little triangle. But indents a little bit more. Adds that little extra flavour to the space. So we could bring that to there, and then we can just hook up all paths and stuff. Right, let's take a look at the path situation. So with any key on them, we'll create a path that just kind of slightly bends. No, I can create a better bend than that. There. Do you know what? I don't think I want to bend on it. Oh, man, it keeps moving at the very last minute. There we go. We'll go with that. Okay for this. We'll just create a simple connection. Oh, do I want to save that area for the park? No, I'm going to say about to save it for the park. Right, I've got to turn this snapping off because this snapping is annoying me. Like that. That is pretty cool, isn't it? And then we do want to just kind of go straight to there, to there. So for this then, what I'll do is I'll create a square here. And we'll bring that straight down. Alright, so let's play around with this idea. Yeah, I kind of want that all connected up. So that goes straight down. That here would go. Oh, again, I'm just trying to make it very walkable. And let's see what I can. Can I create the bend here? There we go. So then you drop a little connection there, little connection there, one right there, and everything else is wonderful. And we place down trees to fill in the little gaps. Oh, we need one over here too. There we go. And that is our little setup. Now you would want one here too, wouldn't you? I mean, I could go straight across. Create these little walkways. We'll probably eventually come back and redo this little area. But let's add in the residential and commercial stuff now then. So let's go with the commercial first. So let's fill this up there to there. And I'll take it so far over here. So do so much of it there. There we go. So the rest then is going to be our low density residential. So we do it on this side first in hopes that they will bring the electricity over for us. Alright, let's drop all this down. Yeah, they should bring it over for us anyway. So, might as well now drag and drop. So what have I missed out then? It's a little spot there. There, and there. Beautiful. Let's get a park or two down in this area. So I want some semi-large ones. Oh, they're perfect. So if I drop one there and there in the center of it, We'll add in... That's what I want. So like a little tennis... Is that a tennis club? Yeah. We'll add in a little tennis club on this side. So I'll get the tennis club in at the very end. Now we'll get it inside here. Like there. That's a large tennis club. We can have like a track and field, or we can have a basketball court. Yeah, I think I might hold... No, actually, we will place in a basketball court. We'll drop it there. So this kind of fills and adds some more leisure in the area. So fast forward then. Let's see how much of this demand fills up this space. Because that'll be interesting. I can't believe we've got 14 million in the bank as well. Man, FoolTopia makes a lot of money. we should be able to get our population over 50,000 as well. So that's pretty dope. It needs a good little fast forward session. This does to kind of get it all in. But let it build up then. How is this over here then? We're not seeing too much traffic arrive, are we? No. We haven't even got any of that industry kind of built on yet, because we have no industry demand, which is hilarious. So we'll see how that goes. How far are we off then? So we need more students. We've actually got enough academic works now to move from the next level after renowned. I just need more students, which means obviously increasing the population, but there is more now coming in slowly. So they work. Oh my god, my demands are almost gone. How crazy is that? Right, let's get the connection, or not the connections, the stops for the tram line. So the tram line stop is, where is it? It's over here. So it'd be nice to have one there and there. It'd be nice to have another one just here and here. There we go, before it disappears off into the sunset. So there's a nice little crossing there so they can cross over. Vice versa. Where is it? It's over there, isn't it? Yeah. Cross over, walk down and through. Pretty easy for these guys. Right, how long is it going to take before we get that connection of electricity touch? We are so close to it. Right, once that building just here is done, we should get the connection. We're just playing the waiting game. Yes, boys, killing it, killing it. Right, what's the fire like over here? So it's there, but it doesn't spread apparently. No, this is medical. Sorry. So let's get like another medical center set up. So we can do a gym and we can do a gym over here. That would be actually kind of a cool thing to add in. Well, let me turn my anarchy back off though. Well, I'm dropping that there. I don't know if it adds to the area where it is treated like a medical thing. So yeah, I don't think it actually is it? No. So I will get like a little medical center down anyway, a little clinic. And I'll place it on the corner just there. It's kind of filter the needs for these guys. Average health is only 73%. I mean, okay, we could do it being a lot better than that, but there is many areas where we kind of fail in that sense. Right, we've got a couple of crematoriums over here. We'll place one over here too. We'll place it right behind it, just there, which is good. So fire depot. Fire is pretty good. We've got one just there, so it spreads and serves that area. Same with the police, so I think we're okay. So schools then. We're going to need some elementary schools. So let's get a couple of these in then. So let's get one just here. And I'll get one over on this side as well. Right next to the basketball court. So two over here. High school will get one in. Right, let's place it there. I'm going to destroy that building, but that's kind of where I want it. And we don't need a university because they can go to the other university over here. There's plenty of space for them. I can take 4,500 students. My goal is 1,200 at the moment. So that'll be a nice little section here to build this area up. And just give it some time, obviously. Just give it some freaking time. Right. Okay. So we got a nice little demand for commercial. Still no industry over here just yet. So what issues do we have then in the city? I think we've handled most of the issues. Apart from the industrial issues, that obviously we're always going to have those. Well, how much money? Oh man, he makes such good money. Freaking so good. We're ticking along quite nice, aren't we, guys? We are. So we got a very little garbage plant set up. We've got this brand new little kind of residential area set up, which, have we ever zoned these? Yeah, this is Birch Park. So let me kind of finish up Birch Park here. Now, do I expand Birch Park over to this area? I mean, it technically is all part of the same area. Right, I'm going to create a new area just here anyway. That's Pearl District. Oh, we don't have one here either. What's going on? That's Dean Hills. And you know what? I will create this as a new one over here. Add that all in. And it is Maple District. Okay, sweet. So I do need to do certain stuff as well to the place. I need to set up all the bus lines and all that kind of jazz. You know, there's a lot of stuff I need to add in. Because we've only got really the trams that go through. But nice to get another bus line over here. We got a little pink one just there that kind of goes from Birch Park over to this area. I could extend it and it also go into Maple District, or I could have like a dedicated Maple District to Birch Park route. It's a weird one. Don't really know what to do with that, but we have a couple of people waiting over there. I think for now, no, actually, I won't mess around with it. We'll save it until another episode, until this whole place has been built up. We got a little bit of a death wave over here. What was the sad face for, guys? I say a little bit of a death wave. It's like one or two dead bodies. It's not the end of the world. So yeah, interesting. Right, we're over 50,000 in population right now, which is really, really good. University of Fullstand should be taking in more peeps slowly. But once we get this downtown area there, we can really work on that and increase it. But it seems to be going pretty damn well, guys. Pretty damn well. Hope you did enjoy this episode. If you did, smash that like button down below. And until next time, guys, I'll see you all soon. So, good. Bye.